The DeSantis campaign is now being accused of deepfaking me? Okay, this one's a doozy of a fun conspiracy theory for all of you, my friends. And it starts here at the beginning with a video put out by a Twitter account called Kaladin Free, in which they deepfake my voice, rather poorly, by the way. And we've talked about this. Strangely, the voice deepfake programs can't seem to get my voice at all. It's kind of weird. Don't ask me why. But I just talk like a weirdo, I suppose. And it's because I tweeted that Ron DeSantis should have fired Christina Pushaw. Why? Well, the news story has emerged, two of them, notably from Semaphore by Dave Weigel and Shelby Talcott, about the secret meme campaign behind the scenes of the DeSantis camp. Why is it that people assume this individual tweeting this deepfake of me is actually working for the DeSantis campaign? Well, in this story, we learn a lot about what was really going on behind the scenes with Ron DeSantis' campaign. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off a lot. Ron DeSantis, man, he was my guy. I wanted to vote for him. Never been a Republican, not interested in the Republican Party for the most part, but Ron DeSantis was doing a great job in Florida. So I said all last year, even up to earlier this year, that I'd rather have Ron DeSantis. However, Trump came out with this Schedule F thing. He wanted to fire people. And I said, I kind of leaning towards Trump just because he's going to fire people. I mean, that's really it. Ultimately, Christina Pushaw, who is basically Ron DeSantis' go-to rapid response guy, has started setting fires everywhere, destroying the DeSantis campaign in serious ways, attacking allies and causing problems. Pushaw has promoted the account in question. And according to the report from Semaphore, they were actually, let me show you this, all right? Do you know about the Sonnenrad Black Sun video that was put out by the DeSantis campaign? It was. Axios reported DeSantis team fires aide who secretly made video with a Nazi symbol. They fired the guy. Many people said this guy was scapegoated, but then according to Axios, they say that the dude actually made the video. And according to Semaphore, let me read this. They say, the secret chat in Signal, an encrypted messaging app, offers the first clear look into the war room that has defined the Florida governor's candidacy and is presided over by his high-profile and confrontational director of rapid response, Christina Pushaw. The correspondence obtained by Semaphore also offers a glimpse of a strategy that mixes digital aggression and unsuccessful attempts to keep the campaign's own activity secret. The messages were said to disappear after 1 week. Screenshots of the war room chat reviewed by Semaphore included staffers praising a widely derided and since deleted video originally posted on an anonymous account, Ron DeSantis fan cams, that included a version of the Sonnenrad, a symbol associated with Nazi Germany. Quote, this belongs in the Smithsonian, wrote Kyle Lamb, the campaign's director of research and data, before the video blew up in the campaign's face. He was among the 38 staffers laid off in recent weeks amid a campaign reset. Messages viewed by Semaphore also show members of the War Room group actively sharing images to put in the video while it was in the editing process, though not the Sonnenrad symbol that was in the final version. Pushaw used the Signal group to spread content to anonymous allies, the chat shows. She told junior staffers they should keep making meme videos, while other aides also said they wanted to push out more videos, according to the person familiar with the campaign. The chat included other senior staffers among its dozen-plus members, including Press Secretary Brian Griffin. Again, according to Semaphore, they were making these videos, sending them off to third-party accounts to post, and then claim it wasn't actually them. I then get sent this video from Free on Twitter, Kaladin Free. This is the account of the individual. You can see it here. Christian, conservative, husband, father, independent, former Republican, free agent, not affiliated with any campaign, break the cult, followed by a bunch of people, including Harmeet Dillon. And there's the image. Well, what is being said by those online is that this is actually an account proxy for the DeSantis campaign. I'm not convinced that's the case. My argument is actually this is a pro-Trump account masquerading as a DeSantis account because there's only one thing this video could do. The Timcast IRL audience is, my audience, many of you, largely moderate, disaffected liberals and more moderate-leaning Trump supporters. The diehard Trump supporters aren't the biggest fans of me. They call me names all the time because I never supported the Trump election narrative, still don't. Many of these people insult me over my stances on, like, say, vaccines or things like this. And we know from polling that we typically have a centrist, middle-of-the-road audience that leans slightly more to the right than the left, but does include many disaffected liberals. This is a huge base that DeSantis' campaign needs. Many of you, and I know you all are saying it, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Based on our internal data, y'all are the ones DeSantis needs to win that, to win the primary and to win a general. So why attack me and insult me? Let me play a little bit of the video for you just so you can hear.
How Ron DeSantis has not fired Pushaw by now is absolutely beyond me. I mean, we have to continue the culture of losing in the Republican Party. How do we expect to do that with a winner like Christina Pushaw? Seriously, the woman wins too much. Listen, whether she's going up against the liberal media in Florida or against the MAGA grift machine, the woman just wins. I can't.
Okay, so a lot of people are pointing out it doesn't really sound like me because it's weird for AI. It's hard for them to get my voice. But what is the purpose of this video that is just insulting me? For one, it says we got to keep up the Republicans losing or whatever, as if I'm a Republican, as if I like the Republican Party. Never did, still don't. I think they're all trash, except for like Matt Gaetz. And Matt Gaetz is based. What is he trying to do? I can't remember what he saw. Oh yeah, he's trying to get rid of U.S. aid. Man, Matt Gaetz, keep doing what you're doing, man. Absolutely amazing. Matt Gaetz hitting out of the park. Donald Trump's going to fire a bunch of people. That's kind of why I would want to vote for him. And Ron DeSantis, I think, did really well on culture war issues, but never been a big fan of the Republican Party as a whole. So when they say we're going to keep up them losing, I'm like, what's the point of this video? Okay, well, here's my assessment. There's only one thing this video can do. It's going to generate negative attention for Ron DeSantis among moderate voters and weaken his chances of winning the primary. It would seem that the real goal of this video is to make sure Trump does win. Unless, of course, you want to make the argument that Christina Pushaw is just extremely bad at her job. You know what? That may be the simple answer. I think Christina Pushaw should be fired. After reading the Semaphore and Axios pieces, and I'm not a big fan of Dave Weigel. I don't trust the guy, nor do I entirely trust Axios, but we know that they've pushed these videos, and we know that Christina Pushaw and others in the DeSantis campaign have attacked other allies, starting fights for no reason. And they've been widely criticized by moderates and conservatives alike for attacking their own friends and allies and creating enemies. Why would DeSantis do this? Well, I can tell you this. Regardless of what the issue is, I'm told this account has been promoted by Christina Pushaw. And I don't know if that's true. I ran the image through a deepfake detector, and Hugging Faces says 80% artificial image, not a real person. I don't know. Maybe it's a real person. Maybe it's not. But whatever. Believe whatever you want to believe. But I can't help but think there's no way the DeSantis campaign is so stupid that they would intentionally destroy their chances unless that was always their goal. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. To be fair, Occam's razor suggests Ron DeSantis, the reason he's done well in Florida is because unobstructed. He has a Republican legislature. He can get these things done. It's about it. When it comes to actually leading a campaign, he won initially because Trump helped him win. Narrowly, I might add. In the last election, he wins by over 1 million votes. Why? Unobstructed. Now, I'm a fan of the things he got done. Could he get that done at the federal level? I don't know. I'm willing to vote for the guy. I don't know if I would be anymore, regardless of whether or not this is actually the DeSantis campaign trying to deepfake me, because what we've already learned about his campaign through Axios and Semaphore is that Ron DeSantis has not fired the worst of the worst. This guy, take a look at this. Axios says, Nate Hochman is fired, the guy who secretly made a video with Nazi symbol. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis fired an aide this week who secretly created and shared a pro-DeSantis video that featured the Sonnenrad spinning and Ron in front of it. How do you accidentally do that? Unless Ron DeSantis' campaign is all about just being Nazis, I guess. How do you accidentally do it? Well, clearly they didn't like because they fired the guy. But why did they not fire Christina Pasha, who was organizing this? It does not make sense. The only solution I can see in the simple is that Ron DeSantis has no grasp on how to do this. He won't fire the people who are burning his campaign to the ground, and therefore he deserves to lose. Now, I hear all the time from these DeSantis supporters, he's the only one who can beat Biden. And I would have believed that last year based on his track record. He's going to deliver a lot of what Trump was promising, but with more tact, youth, and vigor. But now we can see how Ron DeSantis handles his campaign, and it is bad. That's all I can say. I want to believe that the reality is these are secretly Trump supporters false flagging DeSantis. But Christina Pasha, who's leading the charge here, is not being fired. Not to mention the other PR people, not to mention the deepfakes he's done before. I can only just assume this is what the DeSantis campaign has to offer. A lack of leadership, charisma, and capability. In which case, any idea DeSantis puts forward is meaningless because the man clearly cannot execute. Maybe that was the intention of making the video deepfaking me, to get me to make a video about it to sink his campaign. The one thing I can say is, part of me fears being manipulated and used. But the reality is that anybody can be manipulated. If you think you're immune to manipulation, I got a bridge to sell you. If people couldn't be manipulated, Coca-Cola wouldn't buy advertisements. We're all susceptible. So what I end up thinking to myself is, what is the goal of that video? Are they trying to get me to hurt DeSantis, or are they trying to help DeSantis? I honestly don't know. I really don't. So all I can do is just bring up that idea and throw it to you and ask what you think. I think most people will defer to the simple solution here, and that is the DeSantis campaign is wildly mismanaged and has been for some time. And the end result is going to be his absolute and embarrassing failure. And I'm bummed by it because I like DeSantis, but it doesn't seem to matter. And that's the weird thing about it. When I defend the guy, his fans attack me. When I criticize the guy, obviously his fans attack me. There's no path forward. It is either you are in the DeSantis cult, no matter what, or you are the enemy. Okay, I guess. Have a good day, I suppose. And we'll see. Because I'll tell you this. I'm more inclined to vote for someone like Dave Smith over anybody else. And I've always been more of a third-party candidate type of guy. But Donald Trump says he's going to fire everybody. That's all I can really ask for. And his foreign policy was pretty good. So we'll see. It would be a real bummer if it turns out this is the DeSantis campaign just ignorantly and pathetically trying to win because it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. I have to imagine I'm like, someone's sabotaging this guy. Ron DeSantis was doing so well. He was polling so well. And now he's just crashed and burned. It has to be on purpose, right? Whatever, man. I suppose we'll see. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.